Good morning, class 9 students, and I'm sure you are doing your work in time. As you know, we are doing chapter number 1, number system, and till now we have read real numbers, rational numbers, and irrational numbers. So here in this question, we will try and represent any decimal on the number line. Okay, root of any decimal, square root of any decimal. So you know, till now we have represented root 2 on the number line. We can similarly represent root 3 on the number line, root 5 on the number line. In this class, you will see how to represent root 6.2 on the number line. Now there cannot be a direct method, so there has to be some other way. Okay, root 6.2 is irrational. So to represent this, there is a method which can be used for root 2, root 3, root 5, but you should use the original method for that. So we are doing how to represent root of 6.2 on the number line. Now remember, it's a very important method and you should understand it properly. You will have to use compass and ruler for this to draw a line of length. This is root 6.2, not 6.2. So draw a line of 6.2 centimeter. Line segment of 6.2 centimeter. Now take one more centimeter and draw it here. Extend it to one more centimeter. Right? Now what you have to do is you have to draw the perpendicular bisector of AC. Use your compass, put your compass here, take more than half. Put your compass on C, take more than half. Perpendicular bisector of AC, like this. Let the point be say M. Now from here CM and AM are equal. If they are equal, you can draw a semicircle. Put your compass here at M. Draw a semicircle. So you will see that it will touch at A and C. This M is a midpoint of AC, not AB. It is AC, midpoint of M. M is the midpoint of AC. Now draw 90 degree at B. So you can use a compass or protector. Use your compass, I would say. Draw an arc, one here, 60, 120, bisect it, take it here. This point is D. So BD is the required length, root 6.2. But it is not on the number line. So how will you bring it on the number line? Write 0 here, and this was 1 centimeter, so write 1 here. Similarly, you can write 2 here and write 3 here. Right? And after that, put your compass at B. With your compass, measure this much. Measure what? Suppose this is your compass. Okay. Measure B and C like this. Something like this. Measure B and C. B and D, sorry. B and D. And rotate it like this. Use your compass and rotate it like this. Okay. Now this point is on the number line. This is B, and let this point be say E. This point E represents root of 6.2 on the number line. So I am sure you will be able to do it. What we have done, we have draw 6.2 till here, 1 centimeter, midpoint of AC by doing perpendicular bisector. Then from M we have drawn a semicircle. At B we have drawn 190 degree. We have measured BD and drawn one arc on the number line. And to mark number line, we are marking 0 here, 1 here, and at 1 centimeter, 2 and 3 and so on. So this is again, this way you can represent any square root on the number line, not just root 2, root 3. You can represent 7.2, 9.3. It's in your exercise question number 4, 1.5 exercise question number 4 is root 9.3. That also you should try like this. Okay. Now we come to the next topic, which is rationalization, a very important one for 9th class, complete 9th class. If you will able to remember what is important in 9th class, it is rationalization. So let us study rationalization. Okay. Now in rationalization, the important part is whatever is in the denominator irrational number, you have to bring it to the numerator. Like somebody says, so there are 3 parts. One is monomial, another is binomial, third one is trinomial. We'll study monomial and binomial and trinomial later on. Monomial means there is a single root sign in the denominator. So what you have to do is whenever you have got such a number, you have to multiply by the same number in the numerator and denominator. Because root 2 into root 2 is 2, you will get root 2 upon 2. This is called rationalization of monomial. Because now see what has happened, root sign which is in the denominator has come to numerator. The number has not changed. Suppose this is a, then a is 1 by root 2 and a is root 2 by 2. So the value of a has not changed. But what has happened, root sign which is in the denominator has now come to the numerator. That is the importance of rationalization. Okay. Now we can suppose if it is pure surd and can be broken into mixed, we will first break it into mixed and then rationalize. Like 1 by root 20. 20, if you do the prime factors, I told you last time, it is 2 and this is 10, this is 2, 5, 5 and 1. So 2 can be taken out. So 2 is taken out and it is 1 upon 2 root 5. Now 1 upon 2 root 5, no need to multiply by root 20 here, root 20 here. Just multiply by root sign which is root 5 into root 5. So the next number will be what? Root 5, and root 5 into 5 is 5, 5 to the 10. So the rationalization of 1 by root 20 is root 5 upon 10. Rationalization of 1 by root 20 is root 5 upon 10. These are the two examples of monomials. Okay. Now we come to binomials. Binomials means there will be two, and they could be both irrational or both one rational, one irrational. Like this, 2 minus root 3. This is a binomial, two terms, and this is rational. This is irrational. So first let's do this one. To rationalize this, you have to multiply. You don't have to multiply by root 3. No, that will not work. You will have to multiply by 2 plus root 3, because 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3 are making an important identity, a plus b and a minus b, which is a square minus b square. You know a plus b and a minus b is a square minus b square. So you multiply by 2 plus root 3. 2 plus root 3 and 2 plus root 3 again. 2 plus root 3 in the numerator and 2 plus root 3 in the denominator. So what it will do, it is going to rationalize the denominator. See how 2 plus root 3 will come here, a plus b, a minus b. So 2 square minus root 3 square. Now 2 square is what? 4, and root 3 square is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. So you will get 2 plus root 3. 4 minus 3, so you will get 2 plus root 3 upon 1. So you will get 2 plus root 3. This is the answer. So 1 upon 2 minus root 3 is same as 2 plus root 3 after rationalization. Right? Try to rewind this and see it again if you have not understood. Then you can also have two irrational numbers, and then also you can use rationalization like root 3 minus root 2. So you will have to multiply by root 3 plus, if it is minus, suppose this time I take plus. If it is plus, multiply by minus. If it is minus, multiply by plus. That is by conjugate. This is called conjugate of the binomial term. Plus, minus, minus, plus. So you can always make the identity a plus b and a minus b. So the question is root 3 plus root 2. Multiply by root 3 minus root 2. Root 3 minus root 2. So you will get root 3 minus root 2. And this is what? Root 3 square minus root 2 square. Okay. Now this is nothing but root 3 minus root 2 upon root 3 square. Root 3 into root 3 is 3, and root 2 into root 2 is 2, and 3 minus 2 is 1. It is not always 1, but still I am taking examples where it is coming out to be 1. The answer is root 3 minus root 2. 1 we can just neglect or just let it be understood. So root 3 plus root, this is 1 upon root 3 plus root 2 and is equal to root 3 minus root 2, right? So what you should do is you should now complete 1.5 based on this, and all the identities that are taught to you in lower classes like a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square, a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square, a plus b, a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. You should try and use them in the exercise 1.5. So try and complete it, and then we'll discuss some questions there of the exercise, and then only we will move on to the next exercise, right? So do your work and see you in the next class.